All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, people. Sorry about that. I don't know why I did that. All right. So today during the show, you guys might hear some loud noises. I got someone working in my house. I had to get some repairs done. So they actually came this morning. So yeah, I have them in my house working. So you might hear guys coming in and out, or because I today I'm doing my show in my living room, as you guys can see the back wall. Uh, I'm not in the office, so you guys will hear probably guys coming in and out. But like I said, I'm sure they'll be quiet. Um, they're working in like the back area, so we'll be all right. But just in case you guys do hear something, that's what it is. It's just the guys working. Um, Good morning, uh, Kevin Hawthorne. Good morning, man. Lakeland, Florida. Glad to see you're good, man. After all that storm and all that bullshit going on. Prince Jazz. Good morning, man. As always, good morning. Good morning. Um, yeah, we got what do we got today? We got So we got obviously the two baseball games, right? We got four college football games, and we have hockey and WNBA. That's what I'm going to cover today. So I'm going to cover every game on the betting board except for soccer and tennis, obviously. You guys know the drill. You guys know what we do. So without any further ado, I bring to you the NHL slate. I was supposed to have Cali Wagers on, but I have no idea. I mean, he might show up, he might not show up. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Um, I just do not know. I do not know. You guys hear that girl who did the remix of whatchamacallit of they mix the rap with the gospel, like they do it like a church sound now. And she says for you, she's like, I had to make one for us. She's like, the ones that can't listen to that no more, bro. That shit gets stuck in my head every time I hear that, bro. It gets stuck in my head the way she says it. All right, hold on, let me get out of this, and then we'll get started. All right, so like I said, we're going to start with NHL, guys. All right, we're going to start with the NHL, and then we'll move to college football, WNBA, and then I'll end today's show with the MLB. All right, all right. Let me get out of this. All right, so here we go. All right, so the first game on the board, it looks like it's going to be the Penguins. Um, it's the Penguins taking on the Hurricanes. All right, so we got the Penguins taking on the Hurricanes here. It looks like the Penguins are coming in at a plus 124. You got the Hurricanes at a minus 148. You got a total of 6.5. It's highly favored to be under here at a minus 118. So the Penguins are at home, obviously. It looks like they're going to be bringing out Bloom Bloomquist. It's hard to pronounce his name, but the other one is Frederick Anderson is probably going to start for the Hurricanes. This is a goalie matchup that I don't necessarily think is good. Okay, Penguins been having an issue in net sort of, but their offense has been absolutely on fire. The Canes, they've only played two games so far this year, guys. So the Hurricanes don't have many games under their belt yet. They did win that last game, but they got crushed in their season opener. The Hurricanes did. We have seen the Penguins, in quite a few games. They played quite a bit already. And the one thing that has been consistent with the Pittsburgh Penguins is their offense. Their offense has absolutely been on fire. They're scoring goals 3 of their last 4 games, they put up 6 goals or more, which is impressive. I still don't trust the Penguins goaltending. And we know this Hurricanes offense can be explosive. So that's making me think with the 6.5 here, we're getting really good money. I think we go over and look at props in this game. I like I said, I don't trust the goalie situation in this game at all. I think both teams are going to be able to score. Penguins have shown us nothing but scoring so far this year. I mean, they have really, really looked amazing, man. Um, and I'm expecting them to look good again tonight. I don't see any reason why not, man. Um, obviously Crosby finally got on the board. He scored the other night. Will he score tonight? Possibly. But I'm not really in love with it. Malkin though. Malkin is a must for me. Okay. I think you take him for a point or an assist. His point is probably juiced. I'm about to find it now. It's at a -160. If you got the bankroll, I say take his point, but I'm pretty sure the point is going to come from an assist, and his assist is at a +114. So that's my bet in this game is the over, and we're going to take Malkin on the Penguins for an assist at a +114. Um, all right, that's what I got for this one. The over 6.5, and Malkin for an assist. All right, all right. Gambling relations. What's up, bro? What's up? Welcome. Happy to have you here, man. All right, we got what we got next, y'all? What we got next? We're gonna talk about the Sharks and the Jets. We only got 3 games, so all right, we got the Sharks playing the Jets. Not my favorite game on the board. Sharks really look like ass yesterday. I don't know what happened. I thought the Sharks had a good chance to win that game, man, and they just came out flat on their ass. Like they did not look good against the Blackhawks at all. And now they're on a back-to-back on the road nonetheless. I mean, shit, man. I don't know, man. So here's the Sharks on a back to back on the road heading into Winnipeg. And they are a humongous underdog at a +260. You got the Jets at home laying a -325 on the money line. The puck line is a -125. They're giving us a low total of a 5.5, highly favored to the over. I mean, this game has the potential of being a Jets blowout. Uh, the Sharks, I can't back them on a back to back. They took a nasty loss to the Blackhawks yesterday. Like, I am not loving this at all. Blackwood is probably in net here. Let's see. So Blackwood is not confirmed, but I'm almost positive it's going to be Blackwood and net, and Hellebuck should get the start at home. So right there alone, the goalie situation is way lopsided. Don't get me wrong, Mackenzie Blackwood has made improvements. Okay, I'll say that he's made improvements, but he is still a bum. Plain and simple, he's still a bum. Um, I love Hellebuck. He's one of the best goalies in the league, if you ask me. Has he downgraded a little bit? Sure, but this guy can still stand on his head any given night. And I honestly, this should be a Jets blowout, but we can't pay this price for the Jets. I'm sorry. They're not playing up to it. I'm not laying this kind of juice because we have seen it. We have seen it, guys, already this year. The Jets have really been playing down to their competition. Last 2 games, they went to overtime. One of them games was against the Blackhawks. Like, I can't do it. The Jets are struggling to score right now. They're barely putting up goals. Their games are going to overtime, very low scoring games. And here we are in a game versus versus the Sharks, and you're asking me to lay 300. Like, I'm not doing it. There's no way. There's no value. If anything, the value would actually be on the Sharks in this game. But we're not going there neither because I can't see the Sharks winning this game. I do think we go under. I think Hellebuck is going to stand on his head. There's a possibility the Sharks could get shut out again tonight. Actually, did the Sharks score last night? They might have. But either way, there's a good chance that the Sharks are only going to score one goal, maybe two. And I feel the same way about the Jets. So I love the under 5.5 at plus money here. I think that's the safest way to go, and we're going to stay far away from props in this game as well. The next game we got, guys, is the Avalanche versus the Ducks. This is another tough game. It looks clear cut. It really does. It looks clear cut and simple. You got the Avalanche at home. Let's back the Avalanche, right? They're at a minus 258 today at home. You got the Ducks at a plus 210. You got a total at 6.5, highly favored to the over at a minus 125. So they're expecting goals in this game. It looks like we have Dostal in net, Lucas Dostal in net. He's unconfirmed yet, but expected for the Ducks. And then it looks like Georgiev is expected for the Avalanche. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Dostal is not my favorite goalie. I try to fade him any chance I can get. And now he's going up against the Avalanche at Ball Arena, who are still, believe it or not, looking for their first win. Guys, if you were to tell me at the beginning of the season that the Avalanche were going to start their season 0-4, I would have laughed at you. I really would have. It's unbelievable what we're seeing from this Avalanche team. As stacked as they are, for them to start 0-4 is absolutely ridiculous. And can you imagine if they lose tonight to the Ducks? 0-5 to start the year, bro. How do you can't explain that. They should come out absolutely on fire tonight. You're at Ball Arena, first of all, where the Avalanche play their best hockey. You got Georgiev in net, who has been good. He is a good goalie. And you're playing a Ducks team that is below average, below league average in almost everything. Um, it's and people kind of blame the goalies for the Avalanche so far, right? The duo that they have. No, it's not a super duo. It's not like these guys are world beaters, but they're not bad. And you can't point the finger at the goalies. This is a team issue that is going on in Colorado. This is not just a goalie situation, all right? This is a whole collective here because normally this offense could back up someone not doing good in net, right? They're not doing that. Like, there is many fingers that can be pointed all around. This is a team collective issue, man. So Avalanche need to figure it out. There is absolutely zero value on the Avalanche today. Absolutely zero. All the value is on the Ducks at the plus money here. Um, I mean, they're a minus 258 to the Avalanche. So the books are expecting them, and with the total at 6.5, I mean, it could be because the Avalanche have been giving up a million goals. They've been giving up the most goals in the league, the Avalanche. Um, you know, I it's not easy to back them here, and I'm not going to. I don't think you do, but I do think they come out with their hair on fire. I think they put up goals tonight. I think the Ducks could probably put up a few goals as well, but I'm really expecting the Avalanche to come out with some kind of sense of, urgency here because you cannot start your season 0-5. You just can't. I mean, that is crazy, especially to lose at Ball Arena to the Ducks. I can't see it, y'all. But then again, I couldn't see them starting 0-4. So, look, Avalanche obviously have the advantage all the way around. Okay, Dostal is not a good goalie. The Avalanche has the much better playmakers. This team is stacked from third line to first line. Look, this should be a blowout, and if the Avalanche win, that's great. Okay, that's great. But let me tell y'all something. If this Avalanche team does not make this look easy, and they struggle to beat the Ducks tonight, there is a much bigger problem than we all thought. All right, let me tell you all that. If the Avalanche do not win this game by two or more goals, we have to really start considering on, you know, start taking this more seriously and fading the Avalanche more. Because right now, I feel like everyone's still scared to fade the Avalanche because they're just waiting for that other shoe to drop, right? Once they get that one good game, they're going to just take off and play like the Avalanche play. But I'm telling you right now, man, this is the game. This is their get right game. This is where it happens. You're at home. You're playing a bad team. You're down 0-4 right now. This is where you're supposed to turn the beginning of your season around right here. And if they struggle even a little bit to get this bounce back, I'm telling you, there's bigger problems within this team than what we think. So I'm going to be watching closely. I'm not going to bet this game tonight. If I were, I would take the Avalanche team total. All right, I would take it over 3.5. That's where I would go in this game. Because if they don't score 5 goals or more tonight, and they don't beat the Ducks by 2 or more goals, there is a big problem. Because they're not going to they're not going to last. Plain and simple. So this is their game to bounce back and turn things around and get their season back on track. This is that game for the Avalanche. And I think they know that. So that's where I'm at here on this game. Tonight is basically do or die for the Avalanche's season. That's how I look at it. And I know it's so early and it's crazy to say that, but you cannot, you cannot start your season 0-5, bro. Like it's ridiculous. Callie, good morning, man.
Good morning. Happy Friday.
You're breaking up a little, Callie.
Let me see if I can get a little better connection.
There you go. You're a little better now.
Okay. Yeah, happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got anything on hockey today? I just went over all 3 games. We're about to move on to the WNBA.
No, nothing on hockey. Had the Canucks last night. So we did cash that with Vancouver last night. Makes me 2-1 on the young hockey season. So but yeah, I mean, I saw what you were talking about, and yeah, you can't start 0-5. I mean, we watched Vancouver make the big run last year. Excuse me, watch Edmonton make that run late last year, but we know, like any other sport, the Mets are the example of that. But man, you put yourself behind the 8 ball early, especially in a grinding, grueling sport like hockey, where wins are never guaranteed. And if you're trying to catch points, it is difficult. Trying to go out there and know you have to force wins is always going to be tough. Getting that point, getting yourself an overtime spot, always a lot more advantageous when you're in a better spot points wise later in the year. And man, you set yourself this far back to start it. You're working on quite an uphill battle.
Yeah, man, it's not good, and especially to be the Colorado Avalanche starting off this way, it's just not acceptable. Um
Interesting to see how the landscape of hockey has really changed over the last few seasons. It really has gotten back to, well, at least somewhat gotten back to Canada. When we would laugh about it, you look at how many great teams that there've been over recent history, and how many of them have been in Canada.
yep.
So it's nice to see at least we're getting some of that drive back last night. I had some conversation about the Canadiens game yesterday with a few people, and it's just nice to hear. Hockey, it never leaves, but it's nice to have hockey when it truly is relevant back up in the Great North again, because it's a fun sport, and it's great to see when everyone here and on this side is happy about it and enjoying watching the product. And it's
Yeah.
coming from a Sharks fan who's seen it go from the top to the total bottom.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I was saying it on this show yesterday to everybody. Honestly, man,
Honestly,
right now, hockey, I think hockey for me personally, hockey is the best betting market there is. It is the most valuable. It don't have a lot of hype around it. Everything is priced extremely well, and your odds are just on your side. So
yeah,
that's how I look at it.
and it's. I mean, coming from someone who does very much niche sports, I agree. And unfortunately, I wish KBO was on at noon every day, or 5 o'clock every day, or 5 p.m. Nobody would bet it. No one would have interest in KBO. But because
Yep.
everyone wants to hammer late and they see the big accounts who post about KBO, then it's suddenly become a fad. But hockey's right in your face every day. People just flat out aren't that interested across the board in it, which
Nope.
makes which
They
makes it
people do
such a
not like
valuable
hockey.
sport. They don't. It's not their cup of tea. A lot of people that want that contact go to football. A lot of people, will just skim right by it. And quite frankly, it's not that easy to find hockey on TV. Like, let's be honest, it's not put out there for everyone to just be able to watch. So,
Hmm.
it's a great sport, and there is tons of value. Player
It
props in
is,
hockey.
man.
Player props in hockey are so much money if you know what you're looking for. And I worked with a guy who played collegiate hockey, and he could understand how to translate that into the betting market. And man, if you know what you're doing there, you can just clean up.
Yep, there's so much money to be made in hockey props, man, because they are just priced so well. And on a lot of these teams, you know who is going to do well in certain games. It's very easy to tell. All right, so that's all we got for the NHL today. We're going to move over to the WNBA finals. We got the Lynx taking on the Liberty, obviously. Um, Last game I gave you guys the links. We all know what happened there. Man, I told you guys I was like the Lynx are
Like,
gonna cover the initial spread, blah blah blah, in the first half, and they did. But what happened? They gave it all back and ended up losing the game. That was a hurt piece, man. That was a hurt piece. I was extremely upset to see that. Because you guys know I'm rooting for the Lynx. I want them to win. Um, but that was kind of like the soul ripper right there. Like that really, I think that really hurt the Lynx pride. I mean, you were up by almost 20 points, man. Going into halftime, you were up by 10. And for you to give everything back like that, I mean, it's just unbelievable to me, especially in the finals. So today we do got the Lynx coming in as a home underdog. They are at a plus 124. They're getting 3 points here. You got the Liberty laying 3 points in this one on the road at a minus 148. And we got a total of 159 and a half. Callie, I'm on the Lynx again. Call me biased all you want. I'm going back to the Lynx, bro. The way the game ended last time, like I told you guys, it was not good, bro. It was ugly. It was sad to see because them girls played their ass off in the first half to try to make that happen.
Sorry, Bobby.
No, you're good. What's up?
Everything's done.
All right.
Everything is brand new, 100%. Just flushed it about a dozen times. No leaks, no nothing. Everything's
Perfect.
sealed up pretty good for you.
Perfect, bro.
What was your issue? You said with the filling,
What do you
like
mean?
when it went to fill back
Yeah,
up,
it
was
wouldn't.
like clogging or something.
It wasn't like there was enough water pressure, bro.
Yeah. So now water pressure's opened up all the way. Fill valve's brand new and it's pouring in there. So give it like you flush it. It's like 10, 15 seconds later. It's done.
All right, thank you.
All right.
All right.
Sorry. Have a good day.
Nah, you good, man.
Plumbing
All
tips
right.
from the plug.
Huh?
Plumbing tips from the plug.
Yeah, man. There
The
you
name
go. You
works.
guys,
The name
you
works
guys need
well in
someone.
many ways.
Yeah, hit me up, man. I got you guys. That guy's pretty good.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
guy's pretty good.
I would say, if anything, and this is coming from a very, biased WNBA fan who wants a better product because I consistently shake my head. It's a matter of the Lynx finishing. I mean, we watched them do it in game one where they pissed away an 8 point lead with 90 seconds left or something. And then they end up winning that game. But to me, it's a matter of finishing. They can't seem to finish. They continue to come out well. They're playing well. They're obviously, player for player, they've matched up really well, and they're having no problems taking the lead. It's been a matter of the defense holding it down and being able to get points when they need it consistently, not those brutal turnovers that we've seen down the stretch. And I really just think it's one of those conversations hopefully they have in the locker room and say, hey, here's the deal. We need to fucking buckle down on defense. We need to get our shit together because we should be winning the series. They are, in my opinion, a stronger overall team right now. I love what I'm seeing from them. And I do not watch a ton of WNBA. I mean, I'm here and there. I listen to you. I appreciate the sport. I don't try to dive in somewhere I don't have the time for, but I've enjoyed the series and I agree with you. I want the link. I've become a a Lynx fan for the series. I have, and
So have I, dude.
you've gotten
I
me on
became
them,
a
and I
Lynx
like it.
fan before the series even started.
That's great.
I love this team, man. I love this team. I love their energy. I love the players on there. They're not talked about enough, and here they are. Um, so here's the one thing that I think is going to happen again, Callie. Uh, you said it perfectly. They're struggling to close out games. One thing that they are doing, and it seems like the Liberty can't figure it out on how to stop them, and I don't think that's going to change here. They get out to these fast starts.
Yep.
Uh, the Lynx just get out to these fast starts. It takes a minute for the Liberty to figure it out. The Liberty has tried different different ways to stop this team in the first half, and it hasn't worked because the Lynx is so well at switching up, man. Like this team is just so good at switching up, and I don't know what happens in that second half to make them fold the way they do, but that's what they need to be working on, and I think they have when I think they've had since the last game they probably figured something out, because this team is well coached, man. They should be able to figure this out. um and it's not easy when you got Brianna Stewart dropping 30 pieces, man. Like you can't allow that to happen, bro. Like you got to lock that shit up. Liberty scoring 80 points, bro. Chances are you let the Liberty put up 80 points, chances are you're going to be in for a hell of a sweat. So they really need to step up on that side of the thing, man, on the side of the ball. They need to lock up Brianna Stewart because if they let her get going again, bro, good luck. I mean, she's just a savage. But like I said, the one thing I think that we all can kind of agree on and probably invest in is the Lynx in the first half. I think we should definitely look into that once again. I was big on it last game. I told you guys, they were going to jump out to a quick lead. They were going to cover the Liberty's initial spread. And I'm saying the same thing again today. I think the Lynx will come out to a very fast start, except this time I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas. I think the Lynx push this on. I'm taking the Lynx in the first half, Callie. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking the Lynx in the first half on the money line.
Yeah, and something to be said with what we've seen late in these games. And a game is never won in the first half. It's definitely been lost in the first half. Kind of like
Oh yeah.
golf. You never try to make the weekend because then you're not on a cut line anymore. But it's a matter of can they take that and not blow all that energy in the first half and be gassed in the second half. I feel like a lot of what we've seen is them come out with so much fire. The minute they give a bit of a letdown is when Liberty has been able to take advantage, and hopefully tonight they're able to keep that up. Trade a little bit of defense for a little bit of offense because obviously Liberty want to go up and down and score with you. There's no point with there's no chance with, in my opinion, trying to just run up and down all day. You got to play defense. You need to get some shutdown freaking defensive stops. Like you said, you can't be giving up 30 pieces. You just can't do it. And if you're going to do it, you sure as shit better be not giving up anything to anybody else.
Anybody else? Yep.
Anybody else.
Yep. I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I
Uh,
got to go with you too. It'll probably be personal. I mean, I'm never going to give my VIP anything wild. I would never say I'm throwing out sports for them, just like soccer, unless it's a bigger tourney. But I personally agree with you. I like the Lynx first half. Maybe dabble first quarter, see what that is.
that's a good look too.
Yeah.
There is one special bet that I do like here. It's head-to-head player props for this game, and I like Collier against Brianna Stewart. I like Collier to get more points here. So You can get it at a minus 105 for Collier to score more than Brianna Stewart. I know it's a bit of a risk here, but like I said, I think they realize you have to stop Brianna Stewart. You have to. And in order for the Lynx to win, you got to see Collier step up and get that X factor in there, McBride maybe, but Collier is going to have a big game if they want to win this game. So, and I think they know they got to shut down Brianna Stewart. So, I'm going to take that, man. At a minus 105, I think it's a good look. I think Collier will score more than Brianna Stewart tonight. So you can find that on DraftKings. It's under head-to-head player props. I really do like that look tonight, guys. It's at a minus 105. It's a quick little double up. Why not? All right, Callie, we're going to move into college football, man. We have nine. What do we got? We got 4 games tonight.
Jeez, I mean, every day now.
Yeah,
Take your
until
take your pick these
Thanksgiving,
days.
right?
Yeah,
Beautiful thing, man. It's a
yeah.
beautiful fucking thing. All right, let's get into it. We got Duke. We got Duke stepping in the building, taking on Florida State. All right, we got Duke coming in. I love tonight's slate, by the way, in college football. I don't love today's hockey slate, but God, do I love tonight's college football slate. All right, so we got Florida State coming in at a plus 124 here. You got Duke at a minus 148 on the money line at home tonight. You got a total of 42. It's slightly favored to the under here. You're laying 3 points with Duke tonight at home. That's exactly where I think we go, Callie. Um, I need someone to explain to me where the fuck is Florida State's points coming from? Where? Duke comes in 5-1, 3-2-1 against the spread. You know, after that loss to Georgia Tech, I mean, Florida State, bro, they're 1-5 on the year. They are 2-4 against the spread. They just got beat up by Clemson, which is understandable. But what I took from that game, man, like this team just don't have it, bro. It's not there. Uh, and on top of it, now you're playing a Duke team at home. Duke is at home, and Duke has a good defense, bro. I don't care what anyone says. Duke has a good defense. I believe in this defense. I have seen it. I know this team has a good defense. And today they play Florida State, who has no offense whatsoever. I mean, at all. There's no offense on this team. Duke has one of the Duke has one of the best pass defenses in the country, bro. I also think a win here would probably make Duke bowl eligible as well, right? So they got that as well. I mean, seriously, guys, this is I don't know where. Oh, and on top of it, Florida State has Miami on deck. By the way, which I don't necessarily think they're gonna. I'm not saying a look ahead spot or nothing, but I'm just saying, like, look, man, I'm on Duke here all day. Florida State team total under. This game might go under because Florida State might not even put up a touchdown, bro. I think Duke shuts this game all the way down. Um, I can't see where Florida State's points are coming from, man. I just can't. Um, you know, yeah, dude. I love Duke here. Give me Duke on the money line. I think it's a bit disrespectful. Some would say it looks like a trap, and it does, but I'm done with all that bullshit, bro. Not here. I can't buy into that. Florida State does not have the horses. And I'm not saying Duke is this great offense, guys. I'm not saying that because Duke has their own issues. They truly do. But I can trust Duke a whole lot more to put something together and get some points on the board more than I can Florida State, especially going against this Duke's defense. So give me we're gonna take We're actually going to take Florida State, and I know this is going to sound crazy. We're going to take Florida State under the 16.5 at a plus 115. That's where I'm going to go. And we're going to take Duke on the money line here. Callie, what you like in this one, man?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at both sides of both these teams, the common strength would be defensive talent. Regardless of FSU and where things have gone, when your offense is incapable of scoring, it has a lot of effect on the defense. You're on the field all day. You're put in a bad position. They had a lot of growing pains. They have youth. It's going to happen. I think they've gotten better. The offense on the other side, obviously, we can say differently. Quarterback change, I think, was one of the best things they could have done. But it's too little, too late. At the end of the day, too, you look at this matchup. 100 out of 100 times, Duke is going to be fired up to play Florida State. It doesn't matter if Duke is 7-0, 0-7, and vice versa for Florida State. The Blue Devils are going to be motivated. I do have questions with the offense, just in terms of speed and talent with what Florida State can bring. But on the same level with Duke, that defensive front has been good, and it's really the defense that has been keeping Duke around in these games. I like the under. I think 42 is too much. I think that Duke is going to try to speed this game up, get as much time off, run the clock, try to play field position as well as they can against a fairly incapable Florida State offense. So my lean would be under 42.
All right, I like it. I like it, man. I love the under, actually. I think it's a great look. I think it's a safe look. I think it's a great look. I mean, let's be real here. I mean, it's not hard to say that Florida State is seriously pushing for one of the worst power conference like teams in the country, bro. I mean, I'm lost for words with it. Like,
And
I
they're
thought
hearing
it
it.
was going to get better. I
And they're
did.
hearing it every day. They're hearing it every day. They can't turn on the TV without. I mean, they're not even in the news anymore. They're so irrelevant at this point. So there is
Bro,
that going for them.
I thought it was going to get better. I truly
Nope.
did. I thought it was going to get better. I was optimistic about this team when we first started the season. Not no more. Not no
Start
more.
starts with
Now
the
I
head.
kick
Starts
myself
with
in
the head
the
coach.
ass, asking myself, why didn't I just fade them the whole fucking time? But it is what it
Starts
is.
it starts with the head coach, and everything trickles down. And it's
Mm,
just been a bad situation that's gotten worse. And I never thought that he was going to be the right answer back there at QB. He hadn't proven it in years past, and I just didn't see what was going to suddenly change. Kind of like, I mean, on a bigger level, like a Deshaun Watson. You've seen the body of work. You've seen what hasn't happened. At a certain point, you got to cut ties. I know it's money and there's NIL and there's salary cut and everything, but winning games is what matters, and improving is what matters. And I mean, you can just see the effect on all sides of the ball for Florida State, and just the general persona of this team is gone right now.
yep, absolutely, man. They have just got their asses handed to them. There is no soul in this team anymore. Um, I mean, they're cooked, bro. They're cooked, and I think we leave it at that. I think getting a price like this with Duke at home, yes. Don't get me wrong, guys. This shit looks sketchy. It looks. You got Duke, a 5-1 team, playing Florida State. And don't get Duke's, listen, guys, don't get Duke's record fucked up. Okay? This team has not really played anybody. Duke has really not played anybody. But here's my point. Let's be real about the situation. Does it really get harder here for them? No, bro. No, not at all. So that whole aspect of, well, Duke didn't play nobody. Fuck you mean they ain't playing nobody now. So, and they're at home here. There is absolutely no reason why we don't take Duke here. That's my whole thing. I just do not see where points are coming from for Florida State. All right, let's move on, man. We got another one coming up here. Biggest spread on the board, the most apparently, quote unquote, the biggest mismatch of the day. I'm gonna say who quoted that, but we'll see. We are laying almost 30 points with Oregon, people, on the road here, heading into Purdue. Um, so we're getting 29.5 points with Purdue at home here. Oregon is obviously, like I said, laying 29.5 here at on the road, and we have a total of 60.5 locked up on both sides at a -110. So here's my thing. Callie, 30 points, you have to find a way to back Purdue here, right? I mean, this is a ton of fucking points, and I think by 8 o'clock kickoff, I think we might be in the 30s. I mean, dude, I this line continues to climb. I mean, this line continues and continues to climb. Opened up at a 28. I seen it at 28.5 this morning when I did our banners. Now we're looking at a 29.5. I'm thinking by kickoff, 8 o'clock, we're going to see around a 30.5 piece, bro. Like, I, I'm sorry, I have to take Purdue here. Oregon is coming off of a huge win versus the Buckeyes. Okay, we all remember that, right? That was the best. That was the best offense we've seen from them this year, hands down. They did give up 31 points as well. We have to keep that in the back of our head. Yes, who hasn't gave up 31 points to fucking Ohio State, right? Like who hasn't gave up 30 points to the Buckeyes? So I understand it, right? Oregon got the win. That's all that matters. It's no secret that Purdue is not a good team, guys. Like it's not a secret. You know, they have a terrible offense, but if you guys been paying attention, they got Card up out of there. Okay. Last week, Purdue played Illinois, right? With no Card. And what happened? They looked good. They looked good. They looked like they had an offense, man. Purdue looked like they had something going for them. I'm telling you guys, man, we see this all the time. Sometimes you get that switch, right? Especially in college. You switch out, like they got rid of the quarterback and put a new one in. They looked really good against Illinois, bro. Like, yeah, they might not have won, but they looked good. They had life. It was a big improvement from what we have seen with Carden. So I'm telling y'all, sometimes that's all it takes with a team, right? It just takes that new switch on the team to get someone new in there and bring a little life to the team. And I'm telling you, if you seen Purdue against Illinois, you would tell me like, yes, I seen the difference, right? I seen the difference. And I truly did. I did see the difference in Purdue's offense. And I'm not saying that Purdue pulls the upset. I'm not. I'm not saying that. I don't think they do. I still think they're going to get blown out, right? But I can see this as a 17-point game. I think Purdue's offense shows up more than what people think today because of what we've seen in the past. But I'm telling you, with this guy, with this new quarterback in, I don't even know who he is. I don't even know who he is. Like I don't really follow Purdue football. I don't know who the fuck he is, but I know they bench Card. And I'm telling you, I loved what I seen. So his name is Ryan Bone. Ryan Bone. Um, Yeah, man. He completed 18 of his 26. He threw for 297 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did get in an interception. He rushed the ball 17 times for 118 yards. Like, bro, this might be what Purdue needed. So I mean, Oregon's defense is good, man. Don't get me wrong, right? Um, and they might really get to this guy. You know, they might really get to this guy. But with this many points, there's too many things that can go right in our favor for us to hit this cover. So with the new quarterback in, I like what I seen from him. I seen life out of this Purdue offense. Guys, I am taking the points with Purdue here. There's no way I can't. Callie, what you got, man? Is Callie even in here anymore? Callie, you back up?
Yeah.
All right.
I
What you got for this one?
I am so torn on this one that it made it a very easy layoff. Oregon with a short week, traveling across the country, playing on a Friday night at what's going to be a huge venue with Purdue against, one of their biggest games of the year. Oregon coming off their biggest win of the year so far. And honestly, I'm tied in. I've got Oregon to win the national championship. I've got Oregon to win the Big Ten. We had Oregon last week, so it's an easy layoff for me. However, 28.5 points on the road is big. There's no reason if you want to take Purdue to jump on it anytime until game time, though. I could see this thing getting up to 30, 31. I mean, Friday night, the public is going to hammer it even more. Who the hell is Purdue? Everyone in the world saw Oregon beat what was supposed to be the greatest Ohio State team ever, possibly, and here we go again. So I will say, though, very impressed that Oregon was able to outscore Ohio State. Years past, I feel like we've thought this Oregon team had to play better defense, and they didn't do a terrible job. But they were able to put up the points. Gabriel fit that offense really well. And maybe Oregon was just in the wrong conference the whole time. Maybe the Pac-12 didn't set them up the right way for these bigger bowl games
That's
they'd
what it's
faced
looking like.
in years past. Because Oregon has been the team above everybody else that started getting the bigger boys. They were always about athletic, versatile linemen. Now they've gotten more into the let's get the 330-pound guys that could push a pile and get 3 yards at a time, because Big Ten football is about getting first downs, controlling the clock, and obviously Ohio State and a few other teams have changed that perspective. But you watch an Iowa football game, at least Iowa of years past, and that's more what you expect. So impressive to see that. I think Oregon's defense will continue to get better. So, knowing your offense can put up 40 every game is always a benefit, but should be an interesting game. If you're on Oregon, I'd jump on it now. If you're against them, I would wait. There is no rush.
I agree. 100% agree. I think by kickoff, 8 o'clock kickoff, I think we're going to have a 30 and a half, maybe 31. So I would definitely wait to get more points with Purdue because they're going to keep getting hammered here for Oregon. And like I said, coming off one of their biggest wins of the year, we just seen Oregon play uh, the best offense that we've seen them play all year against Ohio State and pulling the outright win. And now you play a lonely Purdue and you're laying 30 points on the road. I mean, we see it all the time.
I lean
So,
the under for the same reason. The playbook isn't going to be opened up. They're not going to be running those trick plays they might want to run in the Big Ten championship if they get there.
mhm.
And obviously a little bit beat up with coming off a short week, but you also went against some of the best players in the country. Now you're going against Purdue, so there is definitely a talent gap. It's a matter of if Oregon lets down, which definitely could be the case. But at the same time, 60.5 seems a little high. I mean, do you see Oregon coming out and trying to win 45-14? Not saying it couldn't happen, but I see a lot more of Oregon trying to control the clock a little bit tonight, keeping things under control. It's not like the BCS years of past where you have to impress the voters. At this point, they win out and they're fine anyways. So, it's a matter of winning games over covering now.
Yeah, Oregon has. Trying to see who Oregon has on deck. Purdue, it looks like they got Illinois next.
Is that
Wait,
in
no, they
Illinois?
don't. No, they
No,
don't. I apologize. No, they don't. Do they?
I'm not sure. Need to look.
Yeah, it looks like Illinois is next on October 26th.
At home or
Yeah, Oregon's at home.
okay.
And
So at
they
least
got
they get
Illinois next. So not too crazy there for a look ahead, but it could be. Still a ranked team, bro. Well, not ranked, but yeah, I mean,
No, Illinois,
Illinois is still a big game, bro.
Illinois has played well this year at times too. We played them earlier in the year, and they're definitely not a step over. Definitely not a step
Yeah,
over team.
yeah,
Definitely tough
man.
for them though, because they will be. This is also the first time a lot of those teams, because I mean, how often are you seeing any of those bigger East teams coming out west? Not often in years
Yeah,
past. So
yeah. So that is
Oregon,
something to look
yeah,
at.
a lot of those Big Ten teams and a lot of those, Big 12 other conferences now are making that trip west. And it is very different
Hmm.
because you kick off at 7 o'clock here, you're kicking off at 10 o'clock Eastern. And your
Yep.
body is, I mean, we've seen it how long in the NFL with 10 a.m. kickoffs.
This is almost the only rest they get. I mean, in this Purdue game, this is almost all they get. I mean, they got Illinois on deck, then they got to go see Michigan, then they got Maryland at home, then they got to go see Wisconsin, and then they
Yeah.
got to go see Washington.
Wisconsin is my new sleeper,
Yeah, they're good.
if we even can call it that anymore. But I'm very impressed with what they have done the last couple of weeks. They've really turned things.
So am I. I like them a lot. All right. So yeah, like I said, this is the only chance that, this is their only down game, Oregon's only down game that I could see in the future. So, all right. Next game, you guys already know where I'm at on this one, man. Let's fucking go with them Cougars. All right, so we got Oklahoma State taking on BYU. Um, so obviously, BYU, absolute fucking juggernaut. I mean, these boys have shocked the nation. They are playing some great, great fucking football. And you can't say they're lucky. You can't say they're this. You can't say they're that. They are simply playing good football, man. They keep beating the odds. They keep showing up. Even as underdogs, they continue to show up and win games. They are undefeated so far. They are, you know, they're covering spreads. This BYU team is doing everything. They are the perfect team for bettors, the absolute perfect team for bettors, because they are constantly undervalued, right? It's getting worse as we move on, though, obviously. But man, if you were riding with me in the beginning of college football till now with BYU, you have the rest of the season to play with house money with this team. And I don't think they're stopping. I don't. I think these boys got a taste of it and they are rolling. So here we are. You got BYU at home tonight, laying 9 points against Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State obviously getting 9 points. BYU a really big favorite here. We're getting 52 points in this game. Um, look, man, I'm I, call me biased, whatever you want to call me. I don't care. I am on BYU here. If I thought the other side was the right play, I would tell you guys, man. It's not because this is my team and I love them. They are making us a ton of money. Uh, this is the best football I have ever seen this BYU team play in my entire career of betting. This is the best I've ever seen. BYU, they have a 6-0 record. They're 6-0 against the spread. They just beat down Arizona, okay? Didn't even make it look fun. They just beat them down, bro. And you know, I don't know. OSU, they're 3-3 so far. They're 2-4 against the spread. They took a loss to West Virginia, which is kind of understandable if you ask me. I like this West Virginia team. But I'm not sure if anyone noticed, but as soon as OSU hit conference play, they folded like a cheap lawn chair. Like that's all it is. Soon as these boys hit conference play, they fold it. This BYU team has played two conference games at home versus Arizona, right? Really good team. And then they played Kansas State at home. Really good team. And guess what? They won both of them games. Okay? Matter of fact, they dominated both of those games. Okay? They dominated both of those games. There is nothing telling me to get off of BYU here. Nothing. I mean, Oklahoma State has lost 3 games in a row, and in those 3 games, they have gave up 80 points. 80. Actually, I'm sorry. They gave up 80 points in their last 2 games. Not 3, in their last 2. This Oklahoma State team is struggling. They are not good in conference. Now you're on the road. You're going into a crazy environment right now. Listen, do I think there's going to be regression from BYU? Yes. Okay? Yes, there is going to be regression. But I'm telling you, this is not it, bro. This is not the time. So I love BYU here, man. I think they run over these boys playing the best ball I ever seen them play. There is nothing, Cali, nothing taking me off BYU in this game, man. I think they run over OSU and make it look easy, just like they have been doing. This team is talented. They got weapons. They play good defense. They're holding good offenses to 2 touchdowns. On the road, man, like at home, it doesn't matter. Give me BYU here laying the points. Callie, how you feel about this one?
Yeah, two teams that are very much going opposite directions right now. And again, this is a big travel spot. I think it's 32 or 3,400 feet of elevation more. They're going to play at BYU. BYU's got like a top 13 or 12 elevation in terms of their home stadium, so that will take a toll on you. And they're
Yep.
used to it. They know how to play with that. It's always been a big advantage. When you look at recent weeks, I mean, they've looked very poor, and we've seen all of these teams that they've been playing against on prime time, and they get beat up by Kansas State, who's very average. They get beat by Utah with their backup, and we've seen what Utah has done since then. They've looked extremely pedestrian, and then they get the crap beat out of them by West Virginia at home. So I don't know what's changing. They go on the road, and this team has always utilized that home field advantage, and this is not going to be the spot for it. I like a teaser with BYU tonight, either 2.5, 3, or if you wanted to look at putting them into some kind of multi money line parlay, if you can find some decent value out there on them. I do think that they will win the game. That 9.5 scares me a little bit just because of that backdoor ability, but Oklahoma State has not been scoring with any consistency, so hard to do anything but put BYU in there some way or another.
Yep, I definitely agree, man. I definitely agree. I think it would be a really good spot to, either buy BYU down or do whatever you want. I think they cover no problem. I think BYU probably wins by 2 touchdowns here. So I would actually be comfortable, Callie, running this thing up to a 13.5. Get some plus money out of it. I mean, if you want to lay the 9.5, go ahead. I mean, it's a lot safer, obviously, but I could honestly see these boys winning by 2 touchdowns. If you want to play it safe, man, you can take the 12.5 or yeah, take the 12.5 at a what is it? Let me see. At a plus 120. But you're getting the 13.5 at a plus 130. I think either way is safe. I think you can run BYU up. I just don't see that regression kicking in tonight. All right, we got one more game and then we'll head to the MLB. We got one more game in college football, and that is the late night Fresno State playing Nevada. We are in the Mountain West. This is kind of your neck of the woods right here. Well, this is like your conference, right? Don't you like this conference, Callie?
Yeah, I like pretty much everything that's smaller West Coast, especially basketball and baseball for sure.
All right, so I'm interested to see what you had because I got a pretty strong opinion on this game. I like this one a lot, and it's funny because it's not really like the game that kind of stands out, but I really do like this game a lot. So you got Fresno State coming in at a minus 142. They're laying 3 points here. You got Nevada at home at a plus 120, getting 3 points. So you got Nevada as a home dog here. You got a total of 49. It's slightly favored to the under. I mean, I kind of agree with Nevada being a dog here. You hit the Nevada has had their issues this year, and they have some questionable losses, bro. Fresno State has some troubles also, especially lately. They have had some troubles. Fresno State has kind of fallen off a little bit. But there is some things that really stand out to me in this game, man, and I think it is a really good spot to take advantage of some mismatches. The one thing that stands out to me tonight for Fresno is that passing game, right? Fresno's passing game. This team airs out the ball. They are ranked 32nd in the nation at passing yards per game, and this is where you got to find these mismatches at. Nevada, right? 108th in passing yards against. I mean, bro, that is such a big discrepancy. You got a Fresno State team that is so good at that passing attack, and Nevada hit the secondary for Nevada and their passing defense is almost invisible. They give up so many yards. The one thing you have to worry about Fresno, and this is the only thing that you really have to worry about Fresno to stop them from putting up a 50 burger tonight, is the turnovers. Fresno State turns over the ball so goddamn much, and that's what bothers me. But there's a couple guys that I think we key in on here. First of all, I think we get an over. Fresno State ain't exactly great at the rushing game. I think Nevada could take advantage of that and really run the ball down Fresno State's throat. I think the only chance Nevada has here is if they try to keep this a lower scoring game, but Fresno State is not going to allow that to happen. They're going to pick up a lot of yards in big chunks. That's what Fresno State's going to do tonight. They're going to air out the ball a lot. They're going to take advantage of that secondary mismatch. And there's going to be two guys who are going to eat tonight. I think Moss eats tonight, and Delana is probably going to eat tonight. You can get both their receiving yards tonight. You can get both their anytime touchdowns for Fresno State. I like them both. So Fresno's team total is probably where I'm going here. I like the over 49 as well. But you can get Moss anytime touchdown tonight at a plus 180, and you can get Delina at a plus 135 for an anytime touchdown. Both the receiving props are on DraftKings as well. You're gonna have to eat a little bit of juice with Magdalena here. 70 plus is at a minus 105. I like that. And then they're not giving us Moss. They're giving us Sharp though. Sharp is another one for Fresno. But I'm not really Sharp is like the go-to one, right? Like he should be Fresno's go-to in this one. Like I just think that it's going to be Moss, right? Like there's going to be two guys that are going to eat tonight on Fresno. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be Sharp. And I know it's weird, but I don't. I think Moss is going to show up and show out tonight. So because you got to worry about double coverage here because that is what Nevada is going to do. They're going to probably double cover Sharp, Delana. Moss is good, man. He is good. I think he's going to be open quite a bit. I got to go with it, man. So, all right, Callie, you got anything for this game, bro? Anything at all?
Yeah, I got lots of stuff. What's the team total for Fresno?
All right, so yeah, because I love that. I love Fresno's team total tonight. It is at So you can catch it on a bunch of different ones. I like the 24.5 at a minus 140. But you got 25.5 at a minus 130. They're not giving me a set total. All they have is Fresno State's total touchdowns over 3.5 at a plus 135. But like I said, it looks like it's pretty much set at over 23 and a half, over
Yeah.
22 and a half.
So I would take that. I think that 27 is probably closer to the number they should be set at. But with the total, makes things a little different. And not to beat a dead horse. However, Fresno
Oh, wait,
State play.
that's Nevada. I apologize. I was reading Nevada.
What is
I
Fresno?
was
27 and a
My
half? 20?
bad. Nevada is 25 and a half at a
Okay.
minus 130.
Yeah, which still seems reasonable to me. However, that being said, game total over to me makes more sense. I think that Fresno State, yes, they could get there on their own. If they put up a bunch of points, do we expect prevent defense a little bit? Probably. If not, do we expect a little bit from Nevada in terms of keeping this game close? Yes, I think so. The number tells us that one way or another, Nevada is going to stick around. I think that Fresno State wins the game. I do think that 49 is just way too low for me. We look at what both of these teams defensively have done, and it's been very hit or miss. At the same side, like you mentioned, with the aerial attack with Fresno State, everybody is going to get worn out with that. And again, we're playing at 4,000 plus feet. Fresno State plays at 219 feet of elevation. They're in the middle of a farmland in Fresno. Not as big of a travel in terms of time, but you look at elevation, it makes a big difference. It wears everyone out. It's hard to catch your breath. What comes from that? Mistakes and points. You can always rotate a new receiver in. You can't always rotate a good secondary guy in. So I would expect points in this one. 49 to me is too low. I could see it being ugly, and we still find a way over that. So it doesn't surprise me. 27-24. Hey, why not get a game winning field goal for Fresno? Or 49-17 also looks pretty good for Fresno. So I like the team total over for the Bulldogs. I like the game total over as well.
Love it, man. Yeah, like I said, man, it sounds like you're on the same page with me on this one. I mean, out of the games on tonight, you wouldn't think that this is the one, but I feel like this could be the best value game on the board tonight. I just see so much that I like, and there's a lot of mismatches that we can really take advantage of tonight in this game. So just make sure you guys pay attention to this one. It is a later game, but it is going to be a pretty good one. So I advise you guys to keep track of the time on this game. All right. I believe we have. Let me see here. I know we got baseball tonight. I just want to see if I did any notes on it. No, it don't look like we got anything. I didn't do any notes on this game or on either one of them, but I still got opinions I want to give y'all.
I got a nice brutal one for you yesterday to lead in with that. I decided to make a little fun bonus alternate parlay yesterday. Took the Broncos over team total, took the alternate win total, took a bunch of yardage, took the Dodgers by 2, team total over by 2, Yankees by 1.5.
Damn.
And that, my friends, is why you don't
I
parlay. Even
dude,
though I had
I
7 of them last weekend for stupid money, but that's also not, that's a different level. But I had to sit there and just laugh because I'd seen the other ones, didn't watch the end of that Yankees game because I was out at that baseball game, and then get home and I was like, I might as well watch it and see what happens. And I was like, I shouldn't have watched that at all.
unbelievable, bro. What about the Guardians, man? Holy
Well,
shit.
faithful. Give them credit. You know what? Give them a lot of credit. That was one of the most pimp bat flips I've ever seen, by the way, in the ninth. He almost broke the bat throwing it down so hard.
Dude, it was beautiful. It
That
really was. It was
looked like a
awesome.
Korean game, except they fly it out to center field and think they've hit one 400 feet. It's like a routine fly ball. They pimp it with the bat.
Yeah, dude. It's I ain't gonna lie, man. These the ALCS, NLCS, bro, these games have been really cool. Like they really have been this year. I've actually enjoyed them quite a bit, man. All right, so let's just get right into it then, Callie. We got two games here that we can talk about, right? We do got two today. Yeah, we got the Dodgers and the Mets and the Yankees and Cleveland. They both play. All right, so we'll start with the Mets and the Dodgers here. The game is obviously at 5 o'clock again. So you got the Dodgers at a minus 130. You got the Mets at a plus 110. We got a total of 7.5 here. It's slightly favored to the under in this one. You got Jack Flaherty coming out for the Dodgers, and you got David Peterson coming out for the Mets. I was expecting the Mets to do a bit of, I don't necessarily want to say a bullpen, but I'm expecting Peterson not to go too long, but I've been pretty wrong about pitching timing so far in these playoffs. So don't hold me to my pitching timing when I'm talking about like pitchers staying in that long or not. But everything else, I feel like I've been giving y'all some pretty good advice when it comes to these playoff games. The Dodgers, I gotta take them tonight. I honestly think the Dodgers beat the shit out of the Mets tonight. I'm sorry, man. I mean, I want to see the Mets go. Like, I don't want to see. Everyone wants to see the Dodgers and the Yankees. I don't. I really don't, man. But it will be good. It's probably, in my opinion, guys, it's the game we're going to get. It is going to be the Dodgers and the Yankees. That's going to be your World Series. Look, the Dodgers, I think they absolutely come out here and beat the shit out of the Mets. They have put up so many runs in the last two games that it's just inevitable that one of these games is going to get way out of control, Callie. And I think tonight's going to be it. Uh, because David Peterson is no answer, bro. Like, this guy is not the answer when you're in an elimination situation. Like, the fuck are y'all doing? I said the same thing about Boyd, though, and Boyd actually went out there and I wouldn't say Boyd did terrible, right? We knew he was going to walk a lot of batters. I think he ended up walking like three. So even that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. So maybe David Peterson comes out here and surprises me a little bit. I think the Dodgers are absolutely going to rip Peterson a new ass. Um, so Flaherty has done nothing but show me that he has what it takes to play in a game like this. Flaherty has been solid, bro. He has been really, really solid, guys. And on top of it, Flaherty's numbers are terrific against this Mets lineup. Like I'm telling you, man. Like I say we say fuck that little minus 130 bullshit, yo. Like we got to take advantage of this. I think we take the minus 1.5 for the Dodgers at a plus 130, right? I think we might as well try the minus 2.5 here. You're getting really good money for that. I mean, I like the Dodgers team total. Guys, there's a ton I like. I like David Peterson to just get rocked here. You can take David Peterson over his earned runs allowed. You can take him over 1.5 at a minus 105. I'm a little nervous about that, but because it's so low, but the way I'm thinking is the only way they're because I'm thinking David Peterson ain't going to last long, but I think they're going to pull him if he gives up a couple home runs, right? So that goes out the window. But one way or another, I'm not necessarily expecting David Peterson to be in this game too long. I'm really not. Flaherty is probably going to stay out there as long as he can. David Peterson is probably not going to be. So I would be careful with David Peterson tonight. But I do, regardless, at that price, I like his earned runs to go over. And like I said, I think we ladder the Dodgers to a minus 2.5. When it comes to batters, there's a lot I like here, Callie. So just hang on. So Enrique Hernandez, it's a righty on lefty against Peterson. He's got 7 at bats. He's got 4 hits, 3 singles, 1 double, no home runs, and 2 Ks. He's slugging at a 714. I think he's a good look tonight. The one guy that I'm going to go back to tonight, though, and I just did it the other day, is Will Smith. Okay. I like Will Smith tonight. It's a righty on lefty. I think he has the possibility to go yard. I like his hits, runs, and RBIs. I think Will Smith shows up once again. We cashed it last time. I think we cash it this time. He's slugging 2,000. He has an on base percentage of 750. This guy steps up in big moments, and I think he will tonight, especially if the rest of the team is rolling. I can 100% see Will Smith coming out here tonight and putting some runs on the board. So give me Will Smith, hits, runs, RBIs. Enrique Hernandez, I like him to possibly go yard tonight, but I like his total bases even more. There's just a ton of guys that I like tonight. If you're looking at anyone for the Mets, I don't even want to give out Winker anymore, man, but Jesse Winker would probably be my guy in this one. He has 2 home runs against Jack Flaherty, only 3 strikeouts. He has 3 doubles against him. He's slugging a 750. It's a lefty on righty matchup, and Jesse Winker is probably the DH tonight. So, with that being said, Winker is your best bet on the Mets, in my opinion. But absolutely love Will Smith tonight, and I love Enrique Hernandez for the Dodgers tonight. And like I said, Dodgers -2.5. Callie, how you feeling, man?
Yeah, I mean, Dodgers with a chance to clinch it. And you couldn't ask for a better situation. You know, they went out and got Flaherty, the free agency at the trade deadline, and they brought him in to pitch games like this. They got Yamamoto yesterday, who threw the ball really well. His numbers had been increasingly positive, and he performed pretty well. And then you look at Flaherty today, and the Mets have been the team of the comeback and the team of the miracle and all this and that. But with the exception of that big run late in the year, I mean, they were 8 games back until they made that miracle. And are they back to the same Mets that they were a month ago? And I don't necessarily know the answer to that, but I do know the Dodgers offensively are exactly who we feared they would be, and that team is almost invincible offensively. I hope anybody who jumped on yesterday got our free max play yesterday, which was the Dodgers team total over 3.5. And that any time I said this year I can find the Dodgers team total at 3.5 at a reasonable value, I'm going to take it. That too much firepower. Again, guaranteed 9 at bats tonight, being on the road. Dodgers team total to me over is a surefire. I assume it's probably a 3.5 again tonight, right? Or is it at 4.5 right now? 3.5 used, 4.5 probably plus.
Yeah. Let me look real quick. So you're getting the Dodgers set at a 3.5 at a -135. Not terrible at all.
Yeah, that would be my play again. Might be my max play again. I need to double check. I want to see about Freeman and a couple other things, but they might just sit Freeman again, being a lefty on lefty after winning yesterday.
Yeah.
And obviously Muncy's doing okay, so they're able to rotate with him right now. And Hernandez being another one of those fucking Dodgers, just one of those little versatile guys that just keeps kicking me in the butt as a Giants fan. Kike Hernandez, I feel like for my entire life has been getting big hits for the Dodgers, and it makes me cringe every time. But hey, cheers to him.
That guy shows up, man. That guy shows up in big situations, bro.
He's got big balls, man. He knows how to play when the game counts. The big games,
Yes,
you
he
don't hear
does,
about him all
bro.
year, and then the playoffs come, and who is it again? But
Yep.
speaking of that, we talk about a guy who has absolutely turned it around and has, is in the best position in the lineup, and that's Mookie Betts. So much struggle for a while there, and now he's, Mr. Superman. He's been absolutely incredible with what he's been doing, and it's a huge benefit. Hitting right behind Ohtani is massive. You're always going to get a little bit of a letdown. It's so hard to go from great hitter to great hitter to great hitter as a pitcher. You just get no breaks. You can't make one mistake. And again, you're looking at the righty and lefty matchup, and just a big game for everybody. And with the positivity and the results and success that Betts has seen, over this series alone, I like him for over 1.5 bases today. Maybe even a stolen base with him. You know how he does like to sneak it in once in a while.
I like that.
It's not a bad play, so I might look at a couple props with Mookie. I need to look at the numbers a little more, but I think over 1.5 bases is very reasonable. And something I think about too with a lefty, your attention is, no matter what you want to do, your attention is always drawn to the runner. So with runners on, you're right in front of his face, and it does make a big effect. And I feel like Betts has been a guy who always utilizes the whole field, somebody that can utilize the open right side, as well as have that power stroke. So I do like him today, especially with the confidence he's had. Dodgers money line is hard to ignore. I think regardless, though, the team total gets there.
Yep. I would even say that I think the safest bet on today's card is probably the Dodgers' first five. Uh, I think out of every sport that we've seen today, I think the Dodgers' first five is probably the safest bet. Flaherty against Peterson is just such a mismatch from what we've seen. Peterson's numbers against the Dodgers are terrible. Terrible, bro. Just his career numbers against the Dodgers are terrible. Flaherty, ever since hitting the postseason, has been an absolute gem. Um, yeah, I mean, I just absolutely love the Dodgers today. All right, last game of the day we got for y'all. We got the Yankees. We got the Yankees taking on the Guardians that never die. The Guardians that never die, man. I mean, this team just does not know when to quit, man. Um, they just don't. And it's hard for me to say that this team is done. I said it yesterday. I said put a nail in the Guardians because they are fucking cooked. I said it yesterday, and what happened? Man, these boys just don't know when to quit, man. And getting them today at almost a pick 'em, you're getting them minus 102. It opened up as the Guardians at a plus money. They were at a plus 107 or 105, somewhere around there. Now minus 102. You got the Yankees at a minus 118, guys. You got a total of 7.5 here. Slightly favored to the over. You got Luis Hill coming out for the Yankees, and then you got Gavin Williams coming out for the Guardians. And I said this, it feels like I'm saying the same thing over. Why? Why are you putting Gavin Williams out there? Why? Why are you putting Luis Hill out there? You got two pitchers who have yet to see postseason action. Like, what is going on here? Um, I look, man, this is a ballsy move by the Guardians, I think. Gavin Williams is not a good option. You are going up against a Yankees team that has absolutely obliterated Gavin Williams in the past. Um, Luis Hill has not really great numbers again. Actually, Luis Hill has probably worse numbers than Gavin Williams does against the Guardians. I mean, both these starters, man. It just is weird. I mean, I think I think the Yankees did talk about starting Luis Hill in their last series, but they never did it. They were talking about starting him in the last series. I mean, honestly, guys, I want to go Yankees here, but after seeing everything last night and just this Guardians team just rallying the way they did, and now you're throwing Luis Hill out there. I, I mean, first of all, Luis Hill, you can count on Luis Hill for walks. I'll tell you all that right now. He's going to walk some batters. All right. Um, so let's start there. Let's see where Luis Hill's walks are because I can't really get on the side of this game, man. I want to take the Guardians, I do, but it's tough. I mean, it's tough. This pitching situation makes it super tough. I think Luis Hill is the better starter. I do. I think he is the better pitcher, without a doubt. Now his numbers might not be against better against this Guardians team. But I do think Luis Hill is the better starter. So you can take Luis Hill over they got him at 2.5. You can take Luis Hill over 2.5 walks at a plus 140. I think he could get there. I'm not as confident as I was about Boyd, but I do think Luis Hill is going to definitely walk a couple batters. I'm just not too comfortable with the 2.5 guys. So Callie, I'm gonna leave this on you, man. I am stuck on this game. I think the Guardians want this shit. They're playing like they want it. I think the Yankees are the better team. I think the Yankees have the better starter. When it comes to the bullpen, I have been super impressed with how the Yankees are managing their bullpen. I still think the Guardians have the better bullpen, but it's not like I can count the Yankees bullpen out because they have been rotating and managing this bullpen so fucking well during the playoffs that it actually shocked me. So I I don't know, man. Help me out here, Callie. What you got?
I will say that this is one of the more enjoyable, nostalgic series because as someone a little older, I grew up with the uh, Indians and Braves, Indians and Yankees, ALCS World Series for how many years in a row, and then disappears. So I'm still having my flashbacks to Albert Bell and Paul Macher and all these the Rivera days, and it's fun to see these two teams with such a amazing postseason rivalry for so long. But today is a weird one. It has been so sideways with what the Indians have done. I mean, look at yesterday alone, just complete craziness with the 2-out home run to tie it, the extra inning victory. I mean, the momentum is all on their side right now. Problem being, until they can get to the back end of that staff, are they going to be able to shut down this Yankees offense? Definite concerns in terms of both of them right now. I have definite issues with both of these starters. I think 7.5 is too low. I don't love this game. This is by far my weakest opinion of it, just because I've been a little off on both of these teams. Obviously, the Yankees are on my shit list right now after yesterday's debacle, but hey, so be it. But I do think that 7.5 runs is just a little too low in a winner go home kind of game for Cleveland. They're going to give everything they can, no matter what. They're going to throw out everything they have, and we'll see. So it could get crazy again. So I think 7.5 is just a little too low, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's just uh, it's so tough because of the starting pitching, and I try to put these teams side by side on what we've seen, and I'm judging them just through the postseason right now. Um, and I of course I like what I've seen from the Guardians. This is a team that just does not go away. They do not quit. And I feel the same way about the Mets. You cannot count this team out. And that makes them so fucking dangerous. It doesn't matter if you have a 4-run lead. We seen it yesterday. It does not matter. Or we seen it the day before. It does not matter. You cannot count this team out, bro, and it makes them so fucking dangerous. And it is such a good thing to have when you're in a playoff situation, um, because it intimidates the other team, and your team never kind of loses hope, and that is something that's really good to have. So there is a stat here that I want to bring up that is pretty interesting, and it kind of it makes enough for me to want to say it to y'all. So look, the Guardians have lost 10 of their last 11 games. Well, it says 11 night games against the Yankees following a home win. Um, so anytime I see a trend or something that gets up into the double digits, I always tend to take it a bit serious than I would the others. Um, so I just wanted to throw that out there in case that, kind of put anyone's, mind into something else. But another one that I think we have to keep taking until it doesn't cash is Stanton and his RBIs. Bro, this fucking guy. When is the last time he is not, what is the last game that he didn't get an RBI in? Someone please tell me. Like, this fucking guy continues to get RBI after RBI every game. Every fucking game, Stanton has an RBI, bro. I mean, it's plus money every single night. Every single night. Stanton's RBI is plus 150 or better every night. I'm going to continue to take it. I am. I'm going to continue to take it every fucking night until it don't cash no more. So give me Stanton RBI. Is that a plus 150? Aaron Judge, y'all done fucked up. I told you guys that yesterday, remember? I said that the Guardians let Aaron Judge get hot. They done fucked up. Aaron Judge smacked another one yesterday. Keep riding the wave, man. Keep riding the wave. I like Aaron Judge today to go yard. I know it's a bit square, but it's how I feel. Noel obviously went yard yesterday. He has terrific numbers against a very very small sample size, but he has really good numbers against Gill. Maybe Noel stays hot. Maybe he might not go yard, but it's worth a look. Um, I am really nervous about taking any Mets against Flaherty. I mean, what am I talking about? Why am I looking at that? I am really nervous about taking any Guardian bats here. I want to, but we just don't have the sample sizes. So that's why I'm giving you guys Yankees. I do think you look at at Judge for another home run tonight. And if you really want to get into a Yankee or into a Guardian, I mean, it's either yeah, I mean, we just don't have nothing. I guess it's going to be Noel, but I'm a little nervous about that. It's a very small sample size, and we just don't have the numbers to go off of, man. So I'm sticking with Judge here, but yeah, it's a very tough game. I'm not going to have a dollar on it. Believe it or not, I would love to see the Guardians win tonight. I would. I would love to see the Guardians win tonight. I would love to see this series keep going. All right, that's all we got, man. You got a best bet today, Callie, and we'll get up out of here.
Yeah, I like the Dodgers team total over 3.5 today. Way
Love it.
too low for me. I think that regardless of outcome in that one, I think we'll see runs. And obviously, the Dodgers have had no issues with scoring. So going up against, the average starter today, I would say. I like what LA has. And then I would look at teasing BYU tonight. I actually am looking at maybe teasing them with the Commanders on Sunday. I like that number down there, so that'll be a piece that I add to it as well.
All right, I fucking love it, man. We're gonna go to we are going to take. I'm trying to pick out one of the games that I starred for y'all. We are going to take Purdue plus the 29.5. Wait until the end. Wait until the end of the game, or wait until about kickoff to take that number, because you could probably get 30 or more. So I would wait. I would wait for you to get that number, so you get about like 30 or more. Prince Chaz, what the hell are you doing? All right. I appreciate all you guys, man. Callie, you want to tell everyone where they can find you and any services you got going on? Is Callie here? Callie left. I don't know what happened to Callie. Here he is. All right, Callie, you want to tell everyone where they can find you and what kind of services you got?
Yeah, absolutely. Another big weekend ahead. We actually had our wildest parlay weekend I think of my career for football last weekend. So undefeated weekend last week for NFL, which was nice. KBO returns tonight. I'm going to have a really strong play in Korean baseball. I was hoping it was going to get rained out last night, and it did. So we've got a good spot going. You can find me on Twitter at California Wager. California-wager.com is also my home hub, so you can always reach out to me there. And otherwise, always available through DM, and happy to get you guys set up with whatever. I'm running 75% off right now for all my specials, which actually includes $100 through the end of the year, all access. So I've got a few spots left for that. Otherwise, yeah, happy to keep pumping out those free plays, and be back for some more content with you soon.
Love it, man. Fucking love it. We got a huge card tomorrow. As you guys know, tomorrow will be college football Saturday. I'm not sure, Callie, are you going to be able to show up tomorrow?
I actually forgot to say. So tomorrow we'll see if I can jump on. I got a couple things for baseball. But I did tell my subscribers that anybody who joined for college football this week, I'm most confident of the whole season right now. through the year in this week's slate. So if we do not profit in college football, you will get the rest of the college football season for free. That's how confident I am on this weekend, which says a lot because I'm definitely not that person who throws out wild guarantees or things like that. But very, very confident in this week's slate. I love the Lions, and I really like these matchups.
So do I. I love this week's college football slate. I was saying it at the beginning of the show. I love tonight's card. I love this weekend's card. I think college football is fucking a great sport to invest in right now, and that's exactly where my money is going to be. The last few days it's been in hockey, but I'm going back to college football here. My units have been crazy in college football. I'm having one of the best college football years that I've ever had right now. So my numbers are ridiculous in VIP for college football. So I did take college football on the back burner and started doing NHL. Today's a perfect day to step back from NHL and jump back onto the college football train. And that's exactly what I plan on doing tonight. So you guys already know where to find me. Right now, you can get all my VIP plays for free inside of the outlet, the Discord. I post my VIP card. I let everyone know this is my VIP card, and then I post my free lottos underneath. So you can get my entire VIP card for free, all the way up to I'm thinking I'm going to end it probably by next weekend. So I'm talking about like the next week or so. You're going to have my whole entire card for free. There is going to be 2 plays this weekend that I'm giving to VIP that won't be for free, but you're going to have the ability to buy them plays for $5. They are by far my most confident plays of the weekend, and they are in college football and NFL, and I am super excited about them. So they're definitely going to be my big bankroll bets for this weekend. And then I'm going to also do quite a few lottos for the Discord. All you have to do is reach out to me, man. Reach out to me on Twitter. If you guys reach out to me in these comments right here on this show, and it's not on Twitter or on YouTube, I can't get a hold of you. You gotta hit me up either on Twitter or on YouTube comments, some way like that, so I can actually message you back for the link. So hit me up if you guys want the link. I'll be happy to send it to you and get you guys started. All right, man. Callie, it was a pleasure having you on. I appreciate you running down the slate with me, man. And hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm starting tomorrow's show, guys, at 9:30. 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning for college football. Don't miss it. We have been dominating the college football slate. So don't miss tomorrow's show. It's well worth it. I know it's early, but you guys won't regret it, man. I got a bunch of winners for y'all. And like Callie just said, man, this college football slate this weekend is awesome, and it starts tomorrow. Well, actually, it starts tonight. So I'm super excited about it. Hit me up if you guys want to join. Hit Callie up if you guys want a good service, man. He knows what he's talking about, and he's actually not scared to get up here and talk sports. So he's legit. All right, man. I'll see you tomorrow, Callie. I appreciate you coming on. Everyone else, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in to Plug Talk, and everyone that just constantly shows up and shows me the support. I mean, it means a lot to me, man. This show means a lot to me. So, obviously, you guys mean a lot to me for showing up. So, definitely appreciate it, man. Let's just keep making money together. And like I said, get inside that Discord. You're not going to regret it. It's free to join. And we have a really cool community in there. A lot of really good people. They're just good people in general. So, definitely get in there, man. You guys will enjoy the community and we cash. So, all right, Callie, have a good one. All listeners, all chat, have a good one. Let's make some money. Let's make it a winning one. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.